Hey teachers, ever been handed a curriculum guide that feels more like a puzzle with missing pieces, or worse, no guide at all? We've all been there. If that sounds familiar, this video is for you. I'm going to show you how to use ChatGPT to draft up a unit plan quickly, clearly, and creatively, no matter what grade you teach. By the end of this video, you're going to know how to turn standards into sequenced plans, pull ideas for lesson plans and assessments, customize everything for your students. And we'll look at a real life example using a second grade literacy unit that integrates with science. All right, so let's dive in. So let's keep it real for a second. Every school handles curriculum differently. In public schools, you're probably working with Common Core or state standards. There might be a pacing guide or maybe just good luck. In private or charter schools, you might even have a little more freedom, but also more responsibility to build from the ground up. And across kindergarten through 12th grade, the planning needs are totally different. Elementary school teachers, you're integrating reading, math, science, maybe SEL, often in the same block. High school teachers, you've got depth, electives, essays, labs, and content-heavy courses. No matter your setting, planning a unit takes time. ChatGPT helps you do it a lot faster and better. So why use ChatGPT? Because it's like a curriculum buddy that doesn't sleep. You drop in your standards or your goals, tell it your time frame, and it gives you a good solid starting point with pacing, lesson ideas, and even assessment suggestions. It's great for turning vague goals into structured plans, creating weekly pacing based on your time frame, offering hands-on and creative lesson ideas, suggesting real assessments that actually align with your standards. The bottom line is it helps you start faster and gives you the space to be creative and the intentional teacher that you are. All right, here's the 4-step process I use when I begin building a draft unit. Step 1, start with your standards or your learning targets. Copy or paste them, just name the skill. If you're using the Common Core standards, you won't have to precisely state them unless you want ChatGPT to focus on a particular few. The prompt could read, create a 4-week unit on story structure and character response using second grade Common Core. Step 2, add your time frame. Let it know how long your unit will last, such as break this into weekly themes with an essential question for each. All right, step 3, ask for lesson ideas, such as hands-on, tech-based, literacy centers or rotations, you name it. The prompt could read, include a writing activity and a creative project for each week. Step 4, request assessments. Do you want formative checks or performance tasks? You could say, give me a final project idea that shows students' understanding of character growth. So that's the structure. Once I have the basic unit provided, then I'll go in and add additional items, such as rubrics or other activities, or even directions for activities, etc. But for now, this is a great place to start. So let's see this in action. So I gave ChatGPT this prompt. Using second grade Common Core literacy standards, reading and literature, create a 4-week unit focused on story structure and character response. Integrate social emotional learning and one cross-curricular connection to science. So this is the magic it provided. So it's just telling me what it's doing. And then we have the title is Stories That Shape Us. And right away it gives us the Common Core standards that this unit plan is focusing on. And if I wanted additional ones, I could type down in here, please also make sure to include blah, blah, blah standard in this unit. So then we've got, it's identifying the social emotional learning focus. And then we're getting into the integration with science. So it's making observation of plants and animals to compare the diversity of life in different habitats. And then we get into the unit overview. We have week 1, what makes a story. And we have the anchor text and what activities would be involved. Week 2, character response to challenges and additional anchor text and the activities. Week 3 is story structure, beginning, middles, and endings. Again, an anchor text. And then finally, putting it all together, create your own story. Now, my first response to looking at this is, I feel as though story structure, beginnings, middles, and endings should probably go before. I want to teach that before I teach character responses to challenges. So I'm going to probably ask this to reformat it, putting week 3 as week 2, or I don't have to worry about it. I could just do it myself. However, if I want to copy and paste this, I'd like it to be in the correct order. So please make sure, so I'll just do that real quick. And it's going to give me a quick revised. There we go. Story structure, beginning, middles, and endings is now week 2. And then week 3 is character responses to challenges. And then we have creating our own story. Now, one thing I would like to do is for this, putting it all together, creating your own story, I want to provide a rubric. Rubrics are not the most fun thing to create. So I've got provide a rubric for the story that has you got it, almost there, and needs some help. And it has provided to me a rubric with story structure, character response, use of emotions, illustrations, animal facts, and neatness and effort. Now, being second grade and I don't really want to spend more than a week on this, I might take off the animal facts. I may take off the illustrations. But for now, this gives me a good start. It's literacy, it's science, it's SEL, and it's super flexible based upon you and your classroom. Now, before you run off and build 10 units in a row, a few quick tips. Number 1, be specific. ChatGPT works best when your prompt is clear about your grade level, topic, and your time frame. Tweak what it gives you. This is a draft, not a done deal. You're still the expert. The third one, push for differentiation. Ask follow-ups like adapt this for ELLs or add a hands-on project for students with reading challenges. And heads up, double check for standard alignment. Don't assume the AI knows exactly how you or your district interprets a standard. But if you guide it well, it'll get you 80% of the way there fast. All right, here's your homework, the good kind. Pick one standard or topic you'll be teaching soon. Plug it into ChatGPT with your time frame and ask for a 3 to 4 week unit plan. Tweak it, make it yours. You'll be amazed at how fast it gets you started. Let me know in the comments what unit this helps you plan. Need help with prompting? I've linked a free prompt template in the description. Copy it, tweak it, and go. And in part 2, we'll compare elementary versus high school prompts so you can see the same tool works totally different depending on who you're teaching. If this was helpful, give it a like, drop a comment, and hit subscribe. I got tons more coming your way to save you time and energy in the classroom. See you in the next video.